My mill gave my inherited house to my sil and told me to pay rent somewhere else. Hello, my name is Emma and I am 28 years old. I live in a lovely neighborhood in Austin, Texas. Now but my story starts in a house that was taken from me. The price of arrogance. I still remember the smug look on his face when I gently slid the documents for our dissolution of marriage across the table. It wasn't confusion or remorse. It was pure arrogance, as if my husband Samuel thought I was jesting. He believed I had absolutely no alternative. That haughty grin ignited a slow, intense flame within me. The issue began with the residence, my grandmother's dwelling. It was my rightful inheritance, the one location that had ever genuinely felt like my own. Yet one day I returned to find his sister Naomi and her 2 children removing items from moving boxes, right in the main room. His mother stood there resembling a monarch on a throne, declaring, "They will be residing here now. You can secure a rental property elsewhere. Secure a rental property for my own residence." I turned to Samuel, expecting him to intercede to remind them this property belonged to me. Instead he merely shrugged. "It is logical. They have a greater need." That moment marked the transition of the minor flaw in our union into a vast chasm. I attempted discussion, please late night gentle suggestions, begging him to defend me, to defend us. However, every utterance was completely ignored. His devotion was not to me, it was firmly tethered to his parent. The deeper I recognized that truth, the more emotionless I became. The betrayal was not immediate. It gradually crept in. The way he stopped seeking my opinion on major choices. The way his mother's opinions echoed louder than mine in his decisions. The way the dwelling I inherited became her domain. By the time I presented him with those divorce papers, I was not falling apart. I was achieving my emancipation. But freedom by itself was not sufficient. I saw retribution. I began my actions quietly. A trip to the local courthouse. I confirmed the fact I already knew. The ownership document for the residence was exclusively in my name. Every clause in my grandmother's final testament was legally unbreakable. No signature, no ambiguity, no maneuver could deprive me of it. They were not simply entitled, they were intruders. While he rested in our shared bed, I formulated my plan. While his parent paraded through the house as if it was her possession, I strategized. I consulted with a lawyer and then a locksmith. I kept all receipts meticulously, documented every aggressive text message, recorded discussions where they referred to me simply as a visitor, every slight, every dismissal. They all became my ammunition. The day arrived sooner than they anticipated. I filed for the dissolution of marriage, complete rights to the property, an urgent request to remove unapproved occupants from my residence. The legal system was completely on my side and I was incredibly thorough. I did not yell. I did not give a warning. I merely took action when the papers were formally delivered. My spouse chuckled, that same arrogant smirk. "You will not actually proceed with this," he asserted. "You would never dare put my family out on the pavement." He misjudged me once more. 1 week later, with an official judicial mandate, one appeared at the house with professional movers and a law enforcement officer accompanying me. His mother's face lost all color when the officer recited the court order to her. His sister stammered weak excuses concerning her children. And Samuel, he finally gazed at me with something other than conceit. For the very first time I observed fear. "Out," the officer commanded, and out they were led, every container, every travel bag, every single trace of their encroachment placed onto the curb. I changed the security mechanisms that very afternoon. That evening my mobile device vibrated, repeatedly, calls, text messages, threats, desperate appeals. His parents swearing I would suffer consequences. His sister crying about where she would sleep that night. My ex-husband demanding we discuss the matter. I silenced them all because I had not yet concluded. The divorce was rapidly finalized. He acquired nothing. No dwelling, no spousal support, not even visiting rights to the property he had permitted his family to contaminate. He had made his choice, selecting them over me, and the court recognized it as plainly as I had. Then came the unexpected turn he absolutely did not foresee. 6 months later, I sold the property, not due to need but by intentional design. I sold it for a considerable profit and utilized the funds to purchase a brand new house far from his relatives, far from their influence, a location where their footfalls had never touched the timber floor. And then, because I simply could not resist, I sent my former husband a photograph. Me on the front porch of my new abode, keys in hand, smiling brightly. The accompanying message read, "Settled completely using our history." His reply was total silence. Ultimately, retribution did not involve shouting in their faces or boasting about their ruin. It appeared as tranquility. It appeared as me departing while they struggled to collect the fragments of the dominion they attempted to construct upon my shoulders. They believed they had trapped me, but all they accomplished was to sharpen the key I already possessed. I will forever remember the final moment I saw my former mother-in-law's expression pressed against the window as the officer instructed her to leave. Disbelief, fury, helplessness. The identical expression my ex-husband wore when he understood the woman he mocked across the divorce table was the very same woman who had utterly dismantled his family's reign. I did not merely retrieve my residence, I reclaimed myself. And in the peacefulness of my new existence, that is the most satisfying retribution of all. This was just one story. There are many more waiting for you. Don't forget to subscribe to Home Exposed.